Chassidic Parashat of Nasso, fasting while eating, and the concept of the Nazir in the rich tapestry of Jewish tradition. The Parashat of Nazir, found in the book of Numbers, opens up a fascinating discussion about the balance between our physical lives and our spiritual aspirations. The Nazir, or consecrated one, embarks on a unique journey of self-discipline aimed at growing closer to holiness without resorting to extreme asceticism. This parashat offers us a thoughtful guide on how we can elevate our spiritual lives while still engaging meaningfully with the world around us. One of the most intriguing concepts here is that of fasting while eating. At first glance, this phrase might seem contradictory, but it captures a profound truth about how we can live in the world without becoming consumed by it. To deepen our understanding, we can look to the teachings of Rabbi Ovadiah Siforno, a 15th century commentator. He pointed out that one doesn't need to engage in extreme fasting or harsh self-denial to be holy. Such extreme measures can actually hinder our ability to serve God genuinely. Instead, the Nazir's choice to abstain from wine and grape products represents a more moderate yet effective approach to spirituality. By consciously choosing to forego certain pleasures, the Nazir practices self-control, which in turn allows for spiritual growth. This raises an important question for us. How can we embrace our physical needs while still keeping our spiritual goals in sight? Fasting while eating, a path to holiness. Let's take a moment to think about what fasting while eating really means. Imagine sitting down to a delicious meal, perhaps a favorite dish that fills the room with enticing aromas. Now consider the act of leaving a portion of that meal uneaten or choosing not to indulge in dessert. This act of restraint, though simple, transforms an everyday experience into something sacred. It's about being mindful, about recognizing that even in moments of pleasure, we can choose to exercise self-discipline. This idea resonates deeply with our daily lives. Life is busy, filled with responsibilities and distractions. It's easy to get lost in the hustle and bustle, but the concept of fasting while eating calls us to be present. It encourages us to partake in life's joys while remaining aware of our spiritual journey. The Nazir's vow serves as a model for this balance. By abstaining from certain indulgences, the Nazir creates a pathway to a heightened sense of holiness. This is a reminder that even small acts of restraint can lead to significant spiritual elevation. It's not about denying ourselves entirely. It's about making conscious choices that allow us to grow closer to our spiritual selves while still enjoying the world we live in. Stories of the Baal Shem Tov, finding joy in the journey. To further illustrate these ideas, let's turn to the life and teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of the Hasidic movement. His life was a beautiful example of how to serve God with joy and compassion, especially for those who felt disconnected from their spiritual roots. One story that stands out is about a time when the Baal Shem Tov sensed a heaviness among the people in his community. They were struggling with their daily lives, and that struggle was weighing them down and making them feel distant from God. Instead of chastising them for their feelings of inadequacy, he invited them to join him in a joyous celebration of prayer and song. He understood that true prayer should be infused with happiness and love. Through this gathering, he showed that the path to holiness is not just about strict observance of commandments, but also about embracing life's joys. By creating a space for joy and community, he helped the people reconnect with their spiritual essence, illustrating that the Nazir's philosophy of mindful moderation can beautifully coexist with celebration. Another touching story involves a simple Jew who approached the Baal Shem Tov, feeling weighed down by his perceived shortcomings. He believed his sins made him unworthy of divine connection. Instead of reprimanding him, the Baal Shem Tov engaged him in a heartfelt conversation, emphasizing the beauty of simple faith and sincere intention. He reassured the man that even the smallest acts of devotion, when performed with genuine intent, could elevate him spiritually. This interaction exemplifies the idea that holiness can be found in the everyday moments of our lives. It's not about the grand displays of piety, it's about the sincerity of our hearts. The Baal Shem Tov's compassionate approach underscored the importance of authentic emotion and connection in our spiritual journeys, echoing the Nazir's commitment to personal sanctity through manageable acts of restraint and mindfulness. Conclusion: embracing the journey, the teachings of the Nazir, as highlighted by Rabbi Ovadiah Siforno and the SFA's Eames, remind us that we can navigate the complexities of our lives while aspiring to holiness. The concept of fasting while eating serves as a powerful reminder that true spiritual growth doesn't require extreme measures, but can be achieved through mindful engagement with the world. As we reflect on the life of the Baal Shem Tov, we see how joy, compassion, and sincerity are essential components of a life dedicated to serving God. The interplay of fasting and feasting, of restraint and indulgence, invites us to partake in a sacred dance that harmonizes our earthly existence with our heavenly aspirations. In embracing both the physical and the spiritual, we embark on a journey that strengthens our connection to the divine and to each other. The teachings of the Nazir and the legacy of the Baal Shem Tov inspire us to strive for a life imbued with mindfulness, joy, and a deep commitment to our spiritual growth. It is through this commitment that we can transform our everyday experiences into opportunities for divine connection, ultimately leading us to a more profound understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. A short biography of the SFA's Eames, Rebbe Yehuda Leib Alter. In the vibrant and often tumultuous landscape of Jewish history, few figures resonate as deeply as Rebbe Yehuda Leib Alter, affectionately known as the SFA's Eames. As the second Gura Rebbe, he was not just a leader, he was a beacon of hope and inspiration for countless individuals navigating the challenges of life in the 19th century. Born in 1847, Yehuda Leib was the grandson of the esteemed Chidashi Haram, a revered scholar and spiritual guide whose teachings laid the foundation for a flourishing Hasidic movement. Yehuda Leib's early life was marked by heart-wrenching tragedy. Orphaned at just 1 year old, he was raised by his grandfather, who became both a father figure and a source of profound wisdom. Growing up under the guidance of the Chidashi Haram, Yehuda Leib thrived academically and spiritually. His remarkable dedication to Torah study was evident even as a child. He would often lose himself in the texts for hours on end, displaying a thirst for knowledge and a deep connection to his faith that was beyond his years. The passing of his grandfather when Yehuda Leib was only 19 was a pivotal moment in his life. Suddenly, the weight of expectation fell heavily on his shoulders. He felt unprepared and overwhelmed by the thought of stepping into the role of leader for the Gur community. Seeking comfort and guidance, he turned to Rebbe Chanik Chenik of Alexander, a respected figure in the Hasidic world. This period of mentorship proved transformative, allowing him to refine his spiritual identity and develop the qualities of a true leader. When the time came for him to assume his role as the Gura Rebbe, Yehuda Leib accepted the challenge despite his initial reluctance. He dedicated himself to his community with unwavering commitment, and under his guidance, Gur blossomed into one of the largest Hasidic groups in Poland. It was a time of growth and renewal as he welcomed individuals from various backgrounds, inviting them into a world of spiritual enrichment and communal support. Central to the SFA's Eames's teachings was the idea that every person, regardless of their background, has the potential to connect with the divine. He believed that spirituality could be found in the mundane moments of daily life, and he encouraged his followers to elevate their everyday actions into expressions of holiness. His approach was not just theoretical, it was rooted in the lived experiences of his community, emphasizing the importance of love, joy, and connection. Throughout his life, the SFA's Eames was deeply committed to the revitalization of Jewish life in Eretz Yisrael. He understood that the establishment of a spiritual homeland was not merely a physical relocation, but a vital necessity for the Jewish people. He envisioned a community where faith could flourish, and he inspired many to turn their aspirations toward the land that held such profound significance in their history. His teachings extended far beyond the confines of his time. They were a call to action, a reminder to live with intention and purpose. The SFA's Eames's legacy did not end with his passing in 1905. His son, the Emrei Eames, carried forth his teachings during harrowing times, including the Holocaust. The Emrei Eames's resilience in the face of unimaginable loss and his determination to rebuild the Ger community in Eretz Yisrael serve as a testament to the enduring impact of the SFA's Eames's vision. Trembling in the Divine Presence, a tale of the Baal Shem Tov. To truly understand the SFA's Eames and the spiritual lineage he represented, one must look back to the origins of Hasidic thought, rooted in the life and teachings of the Baal Shem Tov. The Baal Shem Tov, the founder of Chassidism, emphasized the importance of heartfelt prayer, joy, and love within the community. His teachings resonate with warmth and accessibility, inviting each individual to find their unique path to the divine. One particularly moving story from the Maggid of Mezerich, a primary disciple of the Baal Shem Tov, illustrates the depth of spiritual connection that characterized the founder of this movement. On a sacred Pasach holiday, a time of liberation and renewal, the Baal Shem Tov led the prayers with such fervor that the very air seemed to vibrate with holiness. His voice, echoing with passion, drew the hearts of everyone present into a profound experience of connection with God. In a moment of quiet contemplation just before the Musaf service, a time for prayer and reflection, the Maggid sought solitude to prepare himself spiritually. It was during this moment that the Baal Shem Tov entered, donning his kittel, the special white robe symbolizing purity. As the Maggid observed his master, he was struck by a powerful presence. The divine seemed to envelop the Baal Shem Tov, creating an atmosphere of awe and reverence. As the Maggid approached to smooth the Baal Shem Tov's kittel, he felt the tremors of spiritual energy emanating from him. This experience was so overwhelming that it left the Maggid trembling uncontrollably, even after the Baal Shem Tov had departed. In his humility, he turned to GD in prayer, expressing his unworthiness to fully grasp the magnitude of such a profound encounter. This narrative beautifully encapsulates the essence of Hasidic thought, a recognition of our own limitations in the face of the divine, and a heartfelt yearning for connection. It serves as a reminder that spirituality is not merely an intellectual pursuit, but rather an emotional and experiential journey that requires sincerity, dedication, and the courage to confront the sublime. The intertwining stories of the SFA's Eames and the Baal Shem Tov remind us of the beauty and complexity of the human experience in relation to the divine. They invite us to embrace our spirituality with open hearts and to seek community, love, and connection as we navigate our own journeys. The SFA's Eames, with his remarkable life and teachings, continues to inspire us to live authentically and to strive for a deeper connection to ourselves and to God. Torah from Another World, the mystical teachings of the Baal Shem Tov in the rich and intricate tapestry of Jewish mysticism. Few figures resonate as deeply as Rabbi Yisroel Baal Shem Tov. Born in the early 18th century, he was not just a rabbi, but a transformative spiritual leader, capturing the hearts and imaginations of countless individuals seeking a more profound connection with their faith. His journey through life was anything but ordinary. For 36 years he lived humbly, often in seclusion, nurturing within him the seeds of wisdom that would one day flourish into teachings that would touch the lives of many. When he finally revealed his true self, the Baal Shem Tov became a beacon of light, attracting people from all walks of life, simple folk and esteemed scholars alike. They flocked to him, eager to learn and share in the spiritual wealth he offered. What made the Baal Shem Tov's approach so compelling was his belief in the idea of Torah from another world. This concept suggests that there are divine truths that go beyond human understanding, offering a glimpse into a mystical realm where the infinite wisdom of the Creator meets the everyday experiences of humanity. One poignant story about the Baal Shem Tov comes from the Baal Hatanya, a devoted disciple of the Maggid of Mezerich. He recounts a moment when the Baal Shem Tov, surrounded by his closest followers, began to unveil secrets and hidden mysteries of the Torah. It was a moment that seemed to transcend time and space, as if a veil had been lifted, allowing everyone present to catch a glimpse of something far greater than themselves. The air was thick with anticipation and wonder, and the responses of those gathered reflected their awe and disbelief. Imagine the Maggid of Mezerich, a highly respected sage known for his vast knowledge of Jewish texts, grappling with the realization that a figure like the Baal Shem Tov could have such access to profound wisdom. Even a man of his intellect was left in a state of disbelief, pondering how someone born of mere mortals could touch upon such extraordinary truths. This moment encapsulates the heart of Hasidic thought, the understanding that divinity can be found in the most unexpected places, and that even the most ordinary person can be a vessel for divine revelation. The Baal Shem Tov's teachings emphasize joy, humility, and the transformative power of heartfelt prayer. This was a radical departure from the ascetic practices that had dominated earlier generations, which often equated piety with self-denial and severity. Instead, he taught that a joyful heart, one that is open and loving, is far more powerful than one burdened by guilt or self-recrimination. His philosophy encouraged his followers to embrace the divine in every aspect of their lives, turning even the mundane into sacred moments of connection. As he traveled from village to village, the Baal Shem Tov became a source of hope and inspiration. He ignited a spark in the hearts of countless individuals, encouraging them to engage in genuine prayer and to cultivate a personal relationship with Hashem. His teachings emphasized that spirituality should not be a heavy burden, but rather a joyful journey filled with love and sincerity. The impact of his work was profound, inspiring a movement that would change the face of Jewish spirituality forever. One of the most endearing aspects of the Baal Shem Tov was his ability to connect with people from all walks of life. He was not a distant figure cloaked in formality. He was approachable and warm, often seen sharing stories, laughter, and wisdom with those around him. His simple gestures of kindness and his ability to listen deeply made him a beloved figure. The enthusiasm and joy he radiated were contagious, drawing people to him like moths to a flame. The teachings of the Baal Shem Tov continue to resonate, carried forward by his disciples, including the esteemed Maggid of Mezerich. These followers became custodians of his message, sharing the joy and depth of his wisdom with others. The profound mysteries he unveiled, which he often referred to as the Torah from another world, remain relevant today, inviting each of us to explore our own spiritual journeys and discover the hidden treasures within our souls. Through the lens of the Baal Shem Tov, we come to see that the Torah is more than a collection of laws or ancient texts. It is a living, breathing testament to the eternal relationship between the Creator and His creation. His teachings challenge us to dig deeper into our spiritual lives, to uncover the beauty within our everyday experiences, and to recognize the sacredness in the simple act of living joyfully in accordance with the Torah. In closing, the Baal Shem Tov's legacy is a reminder of the enduring power of faith, joy, and connection to the divine. His life and teachings invite us to transcend the boundaries of our understanding and embrace the mysteries of existence. As we navigate the complexities of our own lives, may we be inspired by his example to seek out the Torah from another world, to find joy in our spiritual practices, and to foster a deeper connection with Hashem that enriches our lives with meaning and purpose. In doing so, we honor the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov and continue the sacred journey of discovering the divine in our everyday world.